Yo, what's up, family? Shalom. So I'm sitting out here on my little bench by my little garden, and I was thinking about, you know, you see people use the word woe so so very carelessly, I guess you could say. They don't even know what they're saying when they say the word woe. Um, but the term woe, family, is often used to express grief, regret, misfortune, or distress stated from such great affliction of some sort of, being in such trouble that an escape out of it seems impossible. Sometimes a woe is almost beyond description in words, and words fail us, so we may use woe. But what's the biblical definition is even more woeful. The word woe in the Greek, you can look that up. Woe is judgment. It means alas, or almost like, or oh no. When the word woe is used, is quite possibly signifying impending doom, condemnation or wrath of God, more or less. Jesus used the word woe more than anybody else, family, in the Bible. The Gospel of Luke has twice as many woes, 13. Then the nearest book in the Old Testament, Ezekiel, has 6, and only Matthew has nearly as many, which is 12. When God's judgment upon sinful mankind is being revealed, the Apostle John writes, "Woe, woe, woe to those who dwell on the earth at the blast of the other trumpets and the 3 angels that are about to blow." That's in Revelation 8:13, family. So he is showing the greatest significance possible by repeating it 3 times. The use of the word 3 times in the Bible is so rare. That is only done when the holiness of God is being described in Revelation 4:8 and Isaiah 6:3. Jesus used the word woe 7 times in Matthew chapter 23, indicating a completeness of the woes or judgments of God, as 7 is the number of completion or perfection, indicating God's judgment will be complete and perfectly just, family. Hosea also gave a woe of warnings in chapter 7:13. You can read about that. Gives us a good idea of, he was writing it, that was in the time of Israel. It was basically they were straying from, and the destruction that was going to come against them for rebelling against God, more or less. But you can read that in Hosea 7:13. And it also goes further into Matthew 18:7. Woe to the world for temptations to sin, for it is necessary that temptations come, but woe to the one by whom the temptation comes. Jesus' 7 woes of Matthew, the greatest concentration of woes, family. Jesus used them against religious leaders who believed in their own righteousness, which was really not righteousness at all, but it was self-righteousness, which was like a stench in the nose of God, basically. Jesus first addresses the scribes and the Pharisees by saying, "But woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you shut the kingdom of heaven in people's faces. For you are neither enter yourselves nor allow who of those who enter to go in." And you can read that in Matthew 23:13. Because they were created an impossible standard, basically, for entering into the kingdom of God that no one could, be able to accomplish. And when they made converts, Jesus would say, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you travel across the sea and land," making basically false converts to Christ. Matthew 23:15, meaning that they would do anything to make a convert of Judaism, but then they required of them such much of a standard of self-righteousness, no one would ever be able to achieve salvation.